Hello, beloveds. How are you today? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day thus far. Everything's going well with you. How have you guys been? What have you been up to? I am, it's like we had a tornado this morning. Tornado warning this morning. It was rain, like crash down thunderstorm raining 1 minute, and the next minute, bling, the sun is shining. So, this is the bipolar state, honey. We can have any kind of weather on this side of the block, and on the other side of the block, it could be doing something totally different. But at any rate, how did anybody enjoy Celestial Rose of Ma? Because that one has still got me captivated. It's a lot of little lessons, all wrapped up in one. Today's card, however, today's Rumi Love Oracle card, Al-Uzza, Star of Venus. It's pretty. It looks like, I want to say the first impression is the amethyst stone. How it comes in it's all purple, and then it has the black and the gray behind it. And the second thing I see is Love Bomb. Al-Uzza, Star of Venus. Al-Uzza, Star of Venus. Can y'all see that? How it looks like the, yeah, it's better. It looks like the amethyst stone, dark on the outside, purple on the inside, but it's like a purplish red. Like beets or like a blood purple. She looks saintly, guarded, gentle, like she's bubbling up. Yet she's very calm and regal. Al-Uzza, Star of Venus, number 26. It is a nice breeze blowing today. Too much on and off weather, which is why we scarfing it today. The rollers are staying in today. Too much going on. It rained all day yesterday, on and off. Okay. Al-Uzza, Star of Venus. I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I'm a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. I'm the pure light, my son. I'm not a handful of worthless dust. I'm not just an empty shell. I'm a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I'm a carefree visitor here for you. My beautiful one, born of pure radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul is sensual and dances with life with utter abandonment and devotion. Though the ways of this world seem strange to you at times, you eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty and expand your heart, resisting nothing to allow all to be bathed in the radiance of your being. You are here to share the light of another world, a blessed world of consciousness pure and divinity so absolute that it transcends duality and instead brings all into the oneness of the greatest love. The star of Venus is the great androgen, neither solely masculine nor feminine, but an integration of both. The power it bestows is mighty and based utterly in love. When the star seeks us out, when this star seeks us out, multiple blessings are bestowed, and our spiritual growth can be accelerated in ways that may be quite dazzling and surprising to our more limited mindset and belief system. With great blessings, great growth is possible. However, the blessings don't do the growth for us, making it magically happen. They give us the oomph we need, the power and the opportunities and assistance we need. Yet it is still we who take the journey. The great spiritual journey for all souls at this time in Earth's history is the journey from duality to oneness. Many are signing up for that wild, loving adventure. This oracle has come to you as a reminder that you too have been granted a ticket for that journey. This journey of oneness is not about denying duality, but about experiencing it as an expression of one love. It is about no longer being enslaved by it. It is about avoiding what is not wanted in order to pursue what is wanted. It is about embracing the all, of finding the freedom and joy originally sought, but now through a path that takes you into joy and freedom existing within. To take the great transformation from man or woman into cosmic androgyny does not require that we lose our sense of femininity or masculinity. Rather, they become so superior in development that they cease to be distinguished from each other. Androgyny. Rather, they become so superior in development that they cease to be distinguished from each other. Our masculine clarity, with its discernment, practicality, and application, becomes so tender, loving, compassionate, and tempered with grace that the feminine is integrated with it. Our feminine nurturance, dedication, and connection to life becomes so fierce that discernment and wise action naturally prevail. With this great androgynous integration of the masculine and feminine into oneness, men and women of this beautiful earth become capable of a new consciousness. It is of one based in love, of service to life, of letting go of judgment, stereotypes, and limited belief systems, and of opening up to compassion for all life. As the consciousness is anchored, spiritual growth becomes rapid. This is not necessarily without some bumps and bruises. letting go of old notions of what it is to be a man or a woman, to be masculine or feminine, letting go of fear of women or men, of emasculation or victimization, letting go of wounding are all great steps forward. They promise liberation, empowerment, and compassion, as well as peace and happiness. Yet they are not easy steps to take. Great resistance can be evoked within you as an individual and also within the culture around you, which might find your notion of personal spiritual empowerment confronting and challenging to their clutter of fear-based enslavement of the soul. They will be right about it being confronting, but mistaken in assuming that confrontation is something best resisted. Okay. This to me is sounding a little bit like being prepared to not only be judged, but to go into the next step or the next realm without judging yourself, without limiting yourself, without sabotaging yourself. I have learned, noticed, and find clarity in knowing why it's necessary that when anyone is attempting to heal, rediscover some things, or answer some questions to the who, what, when, and why of themselves, it's going to be necessary to separate, to pause, and in some cases end unhealthy relationships, or even relationships that you have to question, that you're not sure about. And even the ones you are sure about. It takes a moment of solace where you're not distracted by your thoughts and feelings about these people, friends, and relationships, business, personal, family, whatever they may be. And it's necessary because as you make this break, you'll be able to see what your place is in these relationships. They will either take it well or they won't. And they'll start to show you their true self, where they really sit and fit with you. And being able to receive that is not going to be, it's not going to be easy, boo-boos. It's going to be difficult because you're going to be surprised at the mindset of the people you think you know. But at the same time, this is telling me to look aside from everything, put everything that I've learned about who I know and what our relationships are, why they are relationships. Whether these relationships are built off of needs, wants, desires, manipulation, control, fear, jealousy. There's all kinds of reasons that we connect with people, that we have the relationships we have. Some of us have relationships because we feel like we're the mother or the one that's needed to nurture. Some of us have relationships with people that we feel we want to control, that we feel we're smarter than, that we feel we can easily manipulate and call it guidance. Some of us have relationships where we're just draining, attention seekers, just sucking the life out of people. Um, and the opposite is true in all those instances. You could be on the other side of that fence. But my reason for even bringing this up is a lot of things that we do from tradition. We do because we are taught. We do because of things we've experienced that preconditioned our thinking and programming to react a certain way. And now that the reaction is learned, now that you're you've learned of the reaction, the work to control your reaction, to change your reaction, is challenging as well. But this is putting me in the mind of particular relationships that are still on the fence, that I'm still seeking out. And my dilemma with this card, what it's telling me right now, is to try to, I think I mentioned it a little bit in the last card, the rose card, about my problem is, why is it so easy for me to make all of these observations and sacrifices and risks or deeds for others and not myself. I don't understand why I keep falling back into that. Oh, I'm doing it for them. Oh, I'm doing it for whoever, whatever. It's rarely just me that I attempt to do a thing for, which is probably why I am a little closed to love, because I'm certain, just as I see these things, that others will see these things as well. And you gotta trust your instincts. And I feel like I still need practice deciphering my SOSs, or my SOSs that I'm receiving. Are they for me, or are they for the person that I'm perceiving at the time? And in some cases, it's just easier to protect myself and be not bothered. Then you don't have to worry about the time you put in and the work you put in. But becoming aware of self and healing self is a great undertaking, and I'd like to think that I'm ready for this next step, but we'll see. This the self-love thing has been hard. It's been fun, but it's work. And I'm just having a struggle with why is it so hard for me to do it for myself and so easy to do it for others. That's what I'm struggling with. Turning that off and unable to be a little selfish. But I'm gonna have to work that out. But the rest of this is saying, Great resistance can be evoked within you as an individual and also within the culture around you, which might find your notion of personal spiritual empowerment confronting and challenging to their culture of fear-based enslavement of the soul. This is me in religion. This is me with my rapport with Christianity. I feel like I don't even really care what people think it looks like. I'm not totally free from the judgment part of this lesson, because I still am a little concerned about what certain people in my life think about this journey. And the feedback is minimal, but it's feedback. So I'm gonna take it for that, and I'm grateful for it. And the confrontation, assuming it's a confrontation, I don't know why it feels like an attack when people ask, well, what do you, and they ask sideways, like hideways, hiding it, but wanting an answer at the same time. And I really don't have a solid answer to give. I just know that the way that I have been doing it is bondage. It's not, there's truth to it, but it's not the whole truth. So help me God. It's not, there's a lot that's hidden, and you have to seek it out for yourself. It's just something you got to live. It's not faith and belief system is something you got to live. It can't be something that you're just taught. You have to experience it in your daily walk. And I know what I have learned from Christianity is just the tip of the iceberg. And the part I want to get to of the iceberg is what's under the water, the root of the thing. What I've gotten from Christianity gives me the impression that it's the root. It's part of the root, but there are some other things that's important to include as well. This might not even make it to be uploaded, but I feel like we're so caught up in what a thing looks like and what we have been told to believe it is, instead of exploring for ourselves what it is. Faith is evidence. You believe a thing because of the evidence you receive from it, how it works in your life and affects your life. And I have worked religion as far as I can work it. And when it comes to my relationship with God, my Creator, the goddess in me, I don't feel convicted. And when I am convicted, I take a look at it and observe, why am I convicted? What about what I'm saying or doing feels wrong or feels like it needs to be changed or lifted? And somebody asked, do I ever do anything for me? Just me? And my reply was yes, the things that I do for my health are for me. But usually the things that everything else I do is always for somebody else. And it's hard for me to be selfish. But it's something I need to be right now. It's a little selfish. I need to indulge in my needs, my requirements, and my wants. Wholeheartedly indulge in it, and for the sake of myself and not for the sake of others. And the mental, I'm trying to be careful with my words. My mental stamina and my spiritual stamina, one is more exercised than the other. And I'm learning as I go that balance is very important. When I first started the journey to figuring out who I am and learning myself and, what makes me choose the things I choose and why do I repeat the cycles I repeat, I did it by cutting everything off, closing off connections, putting everything on pause, asking myself these questions. What do you want? Why are you doing this? Why are you feeling this? Why don't you feel fulfilled? Why aren't you happy? Why haven't you received the things that you have been believing and praying and serving for? And my answer was me. Well, looking at myself. Okay, what are you doing or what are you not doing? What do you need? What do you lack? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Which just pulls you deeper into yourself to find out what's your isms. What do you have issues with? What do you have boundaries? And that's one of the things. I did not have any boundaries. I didn't have boundaries. I just waited until I got to my limit and then explode. And I just didn't have boundaries. And then sometimes I still don't have boundaries. I have to pause and remember to do that. So it's still a work in progress, which is why I think I'm too vulnerable and not ready for love, to seek love. I mean, everything, spirit, God, everything keeps telling me love. But I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready. There's some things that I think I need to learn still so that I can discern correctly. But you don't know what your tools work if you don't work them, huh? So there is, anything you do is a risk, it's a chance. And it's time to be selfish. and just do me. Just go out there and be present and try to figure out how to do it transparently without being too vulnerable, if there's such a thing. But okay. The culture of their fear-based enslavement of the soul. They will be right about it being confronting, but mistaken in assuming that confrontation is something best resisted. Yeah, the advice that I'm getting from some people is I can't, it's like you can have a conversation with a person and know that y'all are different. Like, for instance, I was at the beach yesterday, sitting at the beach, killing time in between two errands that I had to run. Instead of running back and forth across town, I just stayed on one side of town, and I was like, oh, let me go sit at the beach. So I'm sitting at the beach. And when I get to the beach, I am drawn to this person. And I'm like, please don't let them come over here. Because I knew that if I was drawn to them, that it was something in them that needed fixing, and I was drawing to that. I knew this. So I was like, oh, please don't let them come over here. So I'm sitting, and it's been maybe an hour, and eventually here comes this gentleman. And when he comes over, he's belligerent drunk. And he doesn't speak English. And I understood every word he was saying. Talk about crazy. But he was asking me, where am I from? You're not from the islands? You're not from, what do you say? Colombia, Mexico, Brazil? You're not from any? No, I'm not from any of those places. What's your name? You live around here? Do you have a car? And I'm like, dude. So, he asked me about the beach. Why are you here at the beach? I was, trying to make conversation. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to totally close this dude off. Maybe this is a test of some kind, because it's amazing that I can understand what the hell he's saying, because that's not English. But I understood him, so I engaged. And he was just drunk out his mind, and I guess drawn to the spirit in me, or the light in me, whatever it was. And he was just sitting there, dazed, gazing, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to go now. And he went off to sleep. And I was just sitting there, engulfed in nature. But it struck me as, like, that this is not going to be conducive to you. When I saw him, it's like, okay, I'm drawn to him. That means something's wrong with him. So that's my problem right now. It's like I'm drawn to the ones who will pull from me. And I don't need that. I need to be drawn to the ones who won't always pull from me. And it's like I can't even form the word give to me. I couldn't even form that speech. I need to be drawn to people who give to me, not pull from me. It was so hard to say that. And right now, I know that Perhaps I should be further along with the readiness, but I still know my draw, what my draw is, and I still draw the brokenness that I have coming out of. And I'm still in the state where I allow them to choose rather than I choose. That's my current dilemma with love. Choosing it wisely, recognizing it for what it is instead of finding a project that is going to require all of my or most of my energy and time and gifts and love. And that's what I'm still drawn to, and I don't know how not to be drawn to that. So my safety net at the present moment is not to be attracted, not to pay attention to what I draw. Or I should say what draws me. I don't know if it's me drawing it or it drawing me, but I knew when I saw that cat. Nope, he's sticking out like a giant thumb on this whole beach. So that means something is wrong with him. So he was drunk to the core on a beach with a backpack covered in fish scales. Apparently that's what he does for a living, clean fish. He's human like anybody else. He needs interaction and conversation, but why did I draw it? All of those people on the beach. I spotted him from a mile away and saw him spot me and totally ignore him like, nope, 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 nope. And an hour later, boom. So that's my current reality right now, what I'm dealing with, why I feel like I'm not ready for this love thing. And I know there's a time frame on this, because there just is a time frame. And I gotta get past that part of it and learn how to attract what's coming to bring balance, what's coming to nurture, what's coming to care, and when I say coming to nurture and coming to care, I feel like most people think that's, they put a money, they attach currency to it. What I'm looking for, you can't pay for. What I'm offering, you can't afford it. So I don't know why everybody puts currency on it. There's value to it, but it's priceless, boo. It's not anything you can repay. It's something you earn and deserve, like grace. Love is grace. And I'm looking for a lot of it. I offer a lot of it, and I'm looking for a lot of it. And until I'm able to recognize it easily, yeah, I don't think I'm ready, but we'll see. I'm not a fortune teller, but I do see. Okay, so then what to do? Al-Uzza, the ancient shining one, also known as the Star of Venus, holds much power and strength. Even a small blessing of her light is more powerful than the fear of thousands, if not millions, of people. She is known as a worthy ally in battle of any kind, even spiritual battle. Excuse me. You must, however, stay aligned with her way, which is not to fight fear with fear, hate with hate, or anger with anger. Does this mean you should not feel fear, hate, or anger? Of course not. Venus denies no experience, so let yourself feel whatever you feel. The guidance is not to stop being human. Take the next step into the divine human, into allowing the star blessing to nestle in your heart so you can shift as you feel the feelings, holding them with compassion, then choosing your own truths that resonate at a far more refined vibration. The rebellious passion of the star of Venus is that she seeks out whomever is ready to know more fully the truth of divine oneness. Whether the culture around them can acknowledge one of their own becoming more enlightened as a blessing or not, it is a divine gift nevertheless. That breeze feels so good. How liberating it shall feel to be truly empowered to live life as you feel is truthful, and to feel completely empowered to allow others to do the same with joy in your heart. Not judgment, because that's how I'm feeling, really judged right now. Okay, you understand that everyone is walking and unfolding a path, and that we don't have to understand or justify the path of another to feel peace in our own hearts. True, and I need to remember that often, more often. If you are stumbling with judgment within yourself, do not fear. The blessing of Venus is coming to you to help surrender it, to help you find your way through so that you can be free now. Your guidance then is to trust your path, trust your evolution, even in the face of those around you reacting to it possibly in fear or discomfort. Yes, please, because it's feeling like judgment. And if it is, then away with you. I don't have time or room for it. Your guidance then is to trust your path, trust your evolution, even in the face of those around you reacting to it possibly in fear or discomfort. Trust in the path of others too. For in truth there is one path and we all are on it. You do not have to convince anyone of anything. That is not your job. Your job is to embrace your wisdom, embrace your freedom and empowerment to grow spiritually and live your life accordingly. That part. Embrace your wisdom, embrace your freedom and empowerment to grow spiritually and live your life accordingly. You are becoming through bestowal of grace. Didn't I say I need a lot of it? Something more of a goddess and a god, of a human and a sacred animal, integrated as one. All life on earth, pretty much. That's what that is. This is sacred alchemy, amplified in the star fires of Venus, who loves you as a brother, sister, and honors your soul with her blessing. Shine true, beloved. Shine bright. Okay, see? And this the last little paragraph just is summed up everything I just said. But it's telling me, pushing the little chick off the ledge. Go ahead. You're going to have to fall the fly. Gonna have to fall the fly. 44:14. Gonna have to fall the fly. Okay. And honors your soul with her blessing. Shine true, beloved. Shine bright. All right, I feel a little India Irene coming on. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to get ready to think about my next move, and I have a writing project I need to get started to continue, rather not start but finish. So I don't know if this one's gonna make it. Where is it? Al-Uzza, star of Venus. Al-Uzza, star of Venus. Dun, 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 dun. So, as always, I will see you in the future. Like, share, subscribe. Love you guys. See you next time.